evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wekiva High School welcomes you to Mustang Arena for varsity girls basketball competition. Please welcome our guests from Apopka High School. They are the Blue Darters. And they'll be taking on your Wekiva High School Mustangs. Before we begin our game this evening, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by the Wekiva High School Varsity Choir. And now let's meet the lineups for both teams. We'll begin with our guests from Apopka. And we'll start at point guard with sophomore number 5, Kiara Knight. Also at point guard, junior number 11, Curry Thompson. At forward, sophomore number 1, Trinity Nickens. At forward and center, freshman number 24, Savannah McAfee. And finally, for the Blue Darters, at forward and center, senior number 23, Shantae Alexander. The head coach of the Blue Darters, Brittany Hardy, and assistant coaches, Roderick Smith, Tanisha Wilson, Demetria Richard, and Antonio Gibson. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Wekiva High School Mustangs. We'll start at guard with 5'5" junior, number 12, Briera Williams. At guard, 5'9", junior, number 15, Emmy Chains. At forward, 5'11", junior, number 21, Danisha Bowles. At guard, 5'7", freshman, number 22, Shania McCarthy. And finally for the Mustangs at forward, 5'8" junior, number 42, Erica Simmons. The head coach of the Mustangs, Mr. Tommy Butts, and assistant coaches Keisha Brown-Griffin, Latoya Russ, and George Spearman. The officials for tonight's game are from the Central Florida Officials Association here in Orlando. Tonight's game is being live streamed on YouTube as well as the NFHS network. We invite you to invite your friends and family to join us live from wherever they are. Of course, we'd always rather have you here in person at Mustang Arena, but we do understand that we have many family members who may be out of town, maybe stuck at work or anywhere else, and we want to make sure that we can get to as much of our Mustang Nation as possible. Blue Darter fans are welcome as well. Just go to youtube.com and search for Wekiva Sports, or pull it up on the YouTube mobile app or the YouTube Smart TV app. If you are a member of the NFHS network, you can also get it from there. And we also have live stats and live scoreboard feeds available at WekivaMustangs.com if you are not in a position to watch the full live stream. Erica Simmons and Shantae Alexander at center court for the tip. And good evening and welcome to Mustang Arena. My name is Mark Parchi, the voice of the Mustangs, and I'll be taking you through tonight's game. The Blue Darters get the opening tip. Alexander tips it to McAfee. Mustangs have had a somewhat back and forth start to their season as Knight misses a three there. They started 0-2 thanks to some very tough competition at the Florida Prospects Thanksgiving Classic. They played against Winter Haven, a defending perennial powerhouse at the state level, and Montverde Academy, who is often described as being in a class all their own. Briera Williams puts the Mustangs on the board with a jump shot. Scheduling Montverde to open your season is about as gutsy as scheduling UNC, but it does point out all the areas you need to work on, and here is a near steal by Denisha Bowles, but she will tip it out of bounds. Darters will keep possession here with 7:12 left in the first period. And so, in spite of getting out to an 0-2 start, the Mustangs opened the normal part of the regular season with their first home game that was not part of a special event. That happened earlier this week on Wednesday against Cypress Creek, where the Mustangs won decisively to get to a 1-2 record on the season so far. Thompson misses from the key there, and Erica Simmons gets the rebound. Emmy James, top of the key, can't get it. That's going to go out of bounds off the Mustangs. Darters will get the ball here. Thompson getting full court pressure from Bree Williams. Meanwhile, McCarthy follows the other end. Will go for the three here, and it's good. That's Thompson to McAfee for three to put the Darters on the board. James to the baseline will get it tipped away. It stays with the Mustangs, though. 6:23 to go in the first period. James looking for an option. She'll go to Williams. To the corner, James. Tries to get down the baseline, shoots, scores. Emmy James picks up two for the Mustangs, and will pause for a Darter timeout. 30-second timeout requested by Apopka. And so as our cheerleaders take over for our first break of this game, the Mustangs out to, while not necessarily showing on the scoreboard yet, certainly in terms of the momentum, in terms of the rhythm, the Mustangs have the clear advantage from the opening minute and 45 seconds, and that's why Coach Hardy has stopped the action here for a few seconds. 6:15 to go in the first period. Darters have the ball at their own baseline following the Mustang score. Still full court press coverage, man on man. McCarthy chases down Knight. Knight loses her dribble, has to get it off to her teammate goes to Nickens. Nickens trying to get around Simmons, and she'll double dribble. Double dribble violation, Mustangs ball. Darters not bringing the full court pressure, at least not as of yet. McCarthy nearly loses the ball. She's going to chase it down. And it looks like we're going to foul on the floor here. Darters foul called against number 24, Savannah McCaffey. That's her first and the team's first. James will inbound for the Mustangs. Bowles trying to spin around Nickens. Nearly loses her dribble. Gets it off to James. And the Mustangs will reset. James thought about taking a long three, thought better of it, tried to get into the key, takes the layup, and it's a little hot. Rebound goes to Knight, but she promptly throws it away. Out of bounds, Mustangs ball. Ball into Simmons. James cuts to the inside herself. She's got it. Emmy James up the key for a layup. Thompson can't get the shot to go. Simmons gets the rebound for the Mustangs. Here comes Bree Williams. She's got it. Bree Williams coast to coast for a reverse layup. Full court pressure still coming on strong from Williams. Traveling, Mustangs ball, checking into the game for the Mustangs. Number 3, Mayanna Garrett. Darters will send in Elisa Lugo. Garrett's three is short. Bowles will give her another chance, though. This time to Williams. She's got it. Briera Williams for three. Nice block there by Denisha Bowles. That's going to go out of bounds off of Bowles and stay with the Darters. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, Tanisha Payne. A high inbound, and it's going to get lost. Mayanna Garrett steals two for the Mustangs. $11 unanswered points for Wekiva. We might get some more here. Stripped away by Payne. Payne to Garrett. Oh, too hot on the layup attempt. Stolen promptly again by Emmy James. Emmy James to Briera Williams for three. And we'll pause for a Blue Darter timeout. Full timeout requested by Apopka. And we'll be right back here at Mustang Arena. All right, welcome back to Mustang Arena with live action. Mustangs have now gone on a 14-0 run. Wild shot. And a foul on the putback attempt. Foul is called against Nikki Butler. It's her first and the team's first, and it will send number 23, Shantae Alexander, to the line. Over two at the line. Darters trying to get the rebound, but they can't get it to come in. Rebound instead goes to Garrett. Nearly loses the ball to a steal. Williams lets another three go. This one's a little too hot, though. Garrett again. No. Butler, put back. No. Foul is called against Darters, number 25, Denisha Turner. That's her first and the team's second. At the line, shooting for the Mustangs, Mayana Garrett. Putback made by Sanasia Payne. Back to the other end, Emmy James gonna get fouled. James draws the foul on the attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot two for the Mustangs. Foul is called against Darters, number 30, Zoe Spear. That's her first personal foul, and the team's third. First one is a hit. And James goes 2 for 2 at the line. And we've got a Blue Darter slow to get up. Turner shaken up on the play. She makes her way off of the assistance of her coach, and it is a held ball. Possession Mustangs. Payne from the key. No. And that'll go out of bounds off the Mustangs. I think somebody might have got a block shot there. Ball into Thompson. Garrett will smack this one out of bounds. Stays with the Darters, though. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, Bree Williams and Myanna Garrett. Out of bounds, starters ball. Lugo takes a shot, draws the foul. Elisa Lugo fouled on the attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot two for the Darters. The Mustang foul is called against number 3, Myanna Garrett. That's her first personal, the team's second. First shot bounces out. Darters has still been held to 1 field goal so far in the first quarter. It was a 3, and it happened actually before the Mustangs even got up to 4 points. Second free throw is good. Tuesday comes in hot, can't get it to go. Rebound is fought for and won by Garrett. Garrett to Williams, one of her signature threes. That one's a little too hot. Rebound comes back to Tuesday, though, who quickly passes it off, and that one's going to get away from Sadeja Payne. Out of bounds. And at first I thought that was going to be a turnover, but it looks like they're going to say that one off of Apopka. So the Mustangs catch a break there. Just under a minute to go in the first quarter. Mustangs with a dominant performance so far. Garrett short on the jumper from the baseline. Rebound goes to Tuesday. Got another chance. Swinging around to Williams. Wide open for the 3 and almost strikes, but not quite there. Fouls called against number 11, Curry Thompson. That's her first personal foul, the team's 4th, and that is ruled to be before any kind of putback attempt. It was on the floor, and so the Mustangs will have the ball at the Blue Darter baseline. 40 seconds to go here in the first. Payne gets it. Sadeja Payne for 2. And I'll go ahead and warn you right now that under a minute, our scoreboard at the bottom of your screen runs a little slow. It is running correctly in the arena, so time will expire before it looks like it's going to expire. Holt, illegal hands is called against Myanna Garrett. That is her second personal foul, and the team's 3rd. Williams tries to get in there, and a short shot is rebounded by Payne. Payne passes over the head of Bree Williams. She's going to have to grow a few inches before she can pull that one down. Less than 6 seconds to go in the first period. Foul called against Madeline Tuesday. That's her first personal foul, and the team's 4th. Are we shooting? Checking into the game for the Mustangs, Denise Chabot.
She was shooting the ball. Where was she passing the ball to like this?
And so Coach Hardy argued that she was shooting the ball because there was no one she could possibly have been passing to, but they are going to rule that that was a pass. And Savannah McAfee from Zoe Spear at the buzzer for 3. And that puts 7 on the board for the Blue Darters. 22-7 is your score at the end of the first period here at Mustang Arena. For those of you listening online, we'll be right back. Darters have the opening possession of the second period. Blocked by Payne, will be rebounded by Bowles. Payne at the other end. Short. Rebound goes to Zoe Spear. Getting covered by Payne. We're going to get an illegal hands call here. Foul is called against number 4, Sadisha Payne. Her first personal foul, the team's 5th. Zoe Spear from the baseline opens up second quarter scoring for the Darters. Inside to Bowles, got it. Tanisha Bowles from Emmy James. And nobody's home for Corrie Thompson, who throws it out of bounds. Bowles swings to James. James going to try her hand at a three. She's got it. Emmy James from Tanisha Bowles for 3. Timeout, Apopka. "30-second timeout requested by Apopka. Back to live action, and we're going to quickly draw a foul here. Foul is called against Bree Williams. That's her first and the team's 6th. Missed by McAfee, gets fielded by Bowles. Simmons is blocked. Mustangs managed to stay in control there. That was Spear that got the block there. Bowles back to Williams for 3. Good. The Bowles to Bree Williams for 3. And Corrie Thompson sends the ball careening into the end line with nobody there. Mustangs will take over. So far, the Mustangs with a dominant performance after having their skills sharpened against Winter Haven and Montverde in the Thanksgiving Classic sponsored by Florida Prospects. Williams inside to Payne. Foul. Sadisha Payne draws the foul on the attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot 2 for the Mustangs. Darter foul called against number 30, Zoe Spear. That's her second personal foul, the team's 5th. Checking into the game for the Darters, number 1, Trinity Nickens. Good motion, but a little bit left of center. Held ball, possession, Mustangs. Checking into the game for Wekiva, number 22, Shania McCarthy. All right, question is, was she going up? Probably not. Foul is called against number 5, Kiara Knight. That's her first personal foul, the team's 6th. And so that'll be the last free foul we get, and we'll be shooting for the rest of the game. Emmy James from Denisha Balls for 3. Blocked by Simmons. Foul is called against Mustangs number 42, Erica Simmons. That's her first personal foul, and the team's 7th, and that will send the Darters to the line. Shooting bonus, number 11, Curry Thompson. Out of bounds, Darters ball. Some personnel changes coming in for Wekiva. Push is called against number 3, Diana Garrett. That's her third personal foul, the team's 8th at the line shooting for the Darters, Shantae Alexander. And they're going to say that was a shooting foul, so she'll shoot 2 regardless of the outcome of the first. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, Denisha Bowles. Double miss, and rebound picked up by McCarthy. Bowles tries to go coast to coast. Denisha Bowles, and 1. Block is called against number 11, Curry Thompson, her second, the team's 7th. Three-point play is good. Checking in for Bree Williams, Madeline Toussaint. You hear Coach Russ saying, well, we'll take it, but no, they don't owe us any more free throws. Basket good. All right, all squared away here. Darters ball at their own baseline. Good look there by Emmy James, who snuck back into the game when I wasn't looking. Blocked by Emmy James. Put second chance basket by Kiara Knight. Bowl's too hot. Foul is called against number 34, Nikki Butler. It's her second personal foul, the team's 9th. And the Darters will go back to the line to shoot bonus. Trinity Nickens, 1-1. Nickens hits her first. Second is rebounded by Bowles. Bowles to James. James takes a jumper. A little short. Nikki Butler is fouled on the putback attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot 2 for the Mustangs. The foul is called against Savannah McAfee. That's her second personal foul and the team's 8th. First is a swish for Butler. Sadisha Payne back in for Wekiva. Tanisha Turner in for the Darters. Held ball, possession Darters. Traveling Mustangs ball. Returning to the game for the Mustangs, Bree Williams. Payne to Tuesday, and Tuesday has to take a step before she dribbles. Traveling Darters ball. .326 left in the half. Mustangs with a commanding lead over the Blue Darters. Nice block there by Sadisha Payne. They're going to rule that she landed on the end line, though. Shantae Alexander is fouled on the attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. The Mustang foul is called against number 12, Bree Williams. That's her second personal foul, the team's 10th. First is wide left. Diana Garrett back into the game for the Mustangs. Two misses, and Mayanna Garrett gets the rebound. Bowles gets tripped up. Held ball, possession. Mustangs. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, Bree Williams. Bowles back to Williams in the other corner. To James. Tries to punch in, can't get there, goes back out to Payne. Payne goes for the baseline. And she's going to get called for charging. Offensive charge called against Tanisha Payne. It's her second personal foul. No bonus shots on offensive fouls, but it turns the ball over to the Darters. Tanisha Payne is called on the push. That's her third personal foul. And that will send the Darters to the line. Curry Thompson shooting 2. So the Mustangs now have 2 players with 3 fouls in the books. That's Payne and Garrett. Both will need to be careful because the Mustangs do not have that deep of a bench. They only have 4 subs. First shot is good. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, Erica Simmons. Second one finds the mark as well. And Tanisha Turner takes advantage of a bad pass, but it goes right back to Bree Williams, who tries to turn it over again. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, number 34, Nikki Butler. James swings around to the corner. Inside to Bowles. Takes a shot from the top of the key, no good. Rebound to Nickens. Knight tries to punch in, swings to the outside. 3 attempt is long. That'll go out of bounds off the Darters. $1:46 remaining in the half. Darters going to a semi-press, keeping one in the backcourt. Bowles takes some steps, gets to the key, but can't get the layup to go. Rebound to Nickens. She was open. 24-point lead for the Mustangs as we head into the closing minute here at Mustang Arena. Turner can't get it to go. Rebound to Tuze. And at the other end, Bria Williams draws a foul. She'll go to the line and shoot 2 for the Mustangs. Darter fouls called against number 11, Curry Thompson, her third, the team's 9th. Checking into the game for the Blue Darters, Elisa Lugo and Zoe Spear. Shania McCarthy also comes in for the Mustangs. Williams hits her second. McCarthy takes a bad pass and has her way with it. Shania McCarthy steals a layup for the Mustangs. .45 seconds to go in the half. Foul is called against number 22, Shania McCarthy. It's her first personal foul. And it will put the Darters into double bonus. Kiera Knight at the line shooting 2. Drains the second. Williams can't get the 3 to go. We're going to get a fight for the rebound. And give Turner credit for that. Held ball, possession Darters. Emmy James intercepts the pass, but she also walks with it. Traveling Darters ball. 20 seconds left in the half. If you wait long enough, that clock at the bottom of your screen will catch up. Lugo can't get the jumper. Rebound to Tuze. Tuze is going to try to go coast to coast and gets fouled. Foul is called against number 5, Kiera Knight. It's her second personal foul, the team's 10th. Madeline Tuze will shoot double bonus for the Mustangs. First one bounces out. That 5.9 at the bottom of your screen is accurate. Second one finds the mark. And that takes us to halftime. 42-15 is the score. The Mustangs lead headed into the locker rooms. And we're going to keep it right here in the arena for some cheerleaders, followed by some music from our varsity choir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back for your halftime entertainment, the Wekiva High School Wekiva Voices. I'm going to turn up the gain as much as I can on this microphone so you can hear them.
my name right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wekiva Voices. And we'll go over your halftime stats for the Darters. First, Trinity Nickens hit a free throw, as has Elisa Lugo. 2 points for Caree Thompson, and 2 as well for Zoe Spear. 3 points in the books for Kiara Knight. She also has 2 rebounds. And Savannah McAfee leads the Darters with 6 points in the books so far. As for the Mustangs, Diana Garrett, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal. Madeline Tuzet with a free throw and 6 rebounds. Shania McCarthy, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. Nikki Butler with 2 points and 3 rebounds. Tanisha Payne, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal and a block shot. Tanisha Bowles, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists and a block. Getting into double figures, Emmy James, 12 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 2 steals and a block. And Bree Williams leads all scorers for the first half, 14 points and a steal. For those of you joining us on the webcast, we're going to take a break for about the next 5.5 minutes, and we'll be back with the second half of this district contest between the Blue Darters and the Mustangs right here at Mustang Arena. Mustangs have the opening possession of the second half. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here to take you through the second half. Mustangs are currently 8 points shy of a running clock to open up the half. That's a nice deflection from Erica Simmons. Is that a steal or a missed shot? Williams for three, no good, and the rebound goes to Nickens. Steal by Garrett. Open man, and will not be able to score in transition. Williams fumbles. Out of bounds, starter's ball. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, number 21, Tanisha Bowles. Alexander under the basket is short. Rebound to Simmons. Garrett. Coast to coast, yes. Mayanna Garrett, coast to coast for the Mustangs. Deflection by James goes out of bounds. Thompson tries to get around James, has to go to the outside. Alexander loses the ball to a steal by Mayanna Garrett. Wide open. Sadasia Payne has all the time in the world, but can't get the layup to go. She does get her putback, though. Boy, she's lucky she missed that first shot. Sadasia Payne gets the putback and a chance to make it a three-point play. The foul is called against number 24, Savannah McAfee. That's her third personal foul, and the team's first this half. Three-point play is no good, but Mayanna Garrett fights for the rebound, can't get it. She's going to get a foul instead. Push is called against Mustangs number 3, Mayanna Garrett. That's her fourth personal foul, the team's first of this half. Checking into the game for the Blue Darters, number 30, Zoe Spear. Checking in also for the Mustangs, Madeline Tuzane. And Garrett will get some bench time with 4. So Thompson comes back in, which I'm not even sure is legal, but at this point, it really doesn't matter. Traveling Mustangs ball. Bowles to the paint. Goes to Payne, back to Bowles. Bowles gets stripped. Knights is going to get deflected away by Erica Simmons at the baseline. Three won't go for Thompson, but the rebound goes to Knight. Got another chance here for the Darters. Around the other side. Still no three. Simmons gets the rebound. And then throws it away. Out of bounds, Darters ball. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, Nikki Butler. Darter's still looking to get on the board this half. Knight bounces it off the board, and the rebound goes to Butler. McGavie knocks it out of bounds as the Mustangs try to set up the play. Stays with Wekiva, though, at the opposing baseline. James will take the ball for the inbound. Madeline Tuzet steals the ball from Denisha Bowles. Doesn't really count if it's on your own team. And James can't get the three to go, and the rebound goes to Knight. Darter's in a little bit of trouble in the backcourt, but they're able to clear it up. Three for Thompson, too hot, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Butler. So they'll stay with the Darters here. Still looking for their first field goal of this half. Returning to the game for the Mustangs, Shania McCarthy. Bree Thompson is fouled on the attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot two for the Darters. The Mustang foul is called against number 22, Shania McCarthy. That's her second personal foul. The team's second. First free throw is good, and the Darters are on the board for the third quarter. Second free throw, also good. Mustangs back to work. Hemi James to Simmons. Simmons passes too soon. Tuzet manages to get there. Back to Simmons. High jumper, and she's got it. Erica Simmons from Madeline Tuzet. Quickly to the other side. We'll get a floater from McCaffey that won't go. Simmons gets the rebound. Going to try to get something done in transition here. James drives the baseline. She's going to get fouled. Offensive foul called against Emmy James. That's her first personal foul, the team's third. It turns the ball over to the Blue Darters. Checking into the game for the Blue Darters, number 10, Elisa Lugo. Blocked by Bowles. Also gets the rebound and almost goes coast to coast. Shania McCarthy on the putback. Wow, that was quite a spectacle the Mustangs just put on. Full timeout requested by the Blue Darters. And so the Darters spend their penultimate timeout. 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Mustangs 2 points away from a running clock. stripped by Bowles again. For those of you keeping score, and we are, Denisha Bowles has 3 blocks tonight, 2 of which have come in the last minute. Three is too hot for Lugo. And the rebound goes to James. Jump shot won't go for Tuesday. Rebound to Lugo. Lugo getting double teamed, and she's going to get called for traveling. Traveling Mustangs ball. Bowles dribbles to the key, goes to Simmons. On the baseline, jumper won't go. Rebound goes to the Darters. That's Alexander that picked that one up. Nice screen from the Darters. Thompson can't get it from under the basket. Rebound goes to McAfee. She can't get that one to go either. Rebound to Erica Simmons. Simmons gives the ball up. Erica Simmons is called on the foul. And they're going to rule that that was indeed on the floor before the change in possession. Shantae Alexander to Elisa Lugo for 3. So the Darters are just as well that they didn't say she was going up, because that's probably better than what they would have gotten anyway. Good effort there by Karee Thompson, but she's on the sideline, and that'll be considered out of bounds. Mustangs back down to a 30-point lead. Rough pass to James. She is going to lose it to a steal by Karee Thompson. In transition, and they got it. Elisa Lugo picks up 2. And we'll pause now for a Mustang timeout. Full timeout requested by Wekiva. All right, back to live action here at Mustang Arena. Coach Butt's not satisfied with the way the last few plays have gone. 2 unanswered baskets in a row, and we're going to get a call here. Denisha Bowles called for traveling Darters ball. And a lot of teams would be okay with 2 unanswered baskets. Tommy Butts is not. Especially when you're leading by 28. Thompson nearly loses her balance, and finally she does give up the ball to a steal by Bree Williams, who snuck into the game when I was not looking. Foul called against number 23, Shantae Alexander. That's her first personal foul, the team's second. And that will send Madeline Tuzet to the line, shooting 2 for the Mustangs. Checking into the game for the Darters, number 30, Zoe Spear. Mustangs back to a 29-point lead. High pass, not sure who that was intended for, but it's stolen by Tuzet. McCarthy can't get it to go from under the basket, and we're going to get held ball, possession, Darters. Thompson is off the mark from 3 range. Butler gets the rebound. Mustangs, Bree Williams maybe scores in transition for 3. It's good. Breera Williams from Denisha Bowles for 3. Bowles on the rebound. Hold is called against Darters number 11, Curry Thompson. That's her 4th personal foul, the team's 3rd this half. McCarthy hits her first. Misses the second. Bowles on the putback, won't go. That'll go out of bounds off of Wekiva. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, number 15, Emmy James. Three is short. Nope. And that takes us to the end of the 3rd period. The Mustangs have the opening possession of the fourth quarter. Pulls to Williams, comes in hot, able to pull it in. Back to Bowles, who's wide open. Three won't go. Put back for Butler. No. Alexander on the rebound. Alexander too hot under the basket. Can't get the putback either. Double dribble violation. Darters ball. Spear gives the ball up to a steal by Tuzay. Madeline Tuzay to Denisha Bowles for two. Steal by Tuzay. Tuzay, shot. No good. Rebound to Turner. Palming. Mustangs ball, checking into the game for Apopka, Savannah McAfee. And the Mustangs will clear the court. 4, 22, 42, 15. Denisha Turner in for the Darters. Curry Thompson makes the steal and draws a foul on the attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot two. Foul is called against Denisha Payne. That's her fourth personal foul, the team's fifth. Out of bounds, starters ball. Block by James. Held ball, possession Darters. Basket by Savannah McAfee. Denisha Payne is well short. It goes out of. Oh, they're going to say the Darters touched it. James goes to Payne, to the key, and it's good. Sadisha Payne on the inbound from Emmy James. She took a couple of steps there, but I'm in a generous mood, so I'll give her an assist anyway. Lugo for three. No good. Simmons rebound. James goes to Garrett in transition. Got it. Emmy James to Mayana Garrett for two. Blocked by Simmons. Rebound by Payne. And then Shania McCarthy scores the basket. Strike that, Mayana Garrett. Steal by Emmy James, and Emmy James steals two for the Mustangs. And at this point, the Darters seem to have lost their will. Mustangs are on a scoring run here. Garrett for three, short. Simmons gets fouled on the putback. Fouls called against number 25, Denisha Turner. That's her second personal foul. The team's fourth. Erica Simmons at the line shooting two. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, Madeline Tizet. And for the Darters, Kira Knight. Held ball, possession Mustangs. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, Emmy James. Emmy James gets the basket and a chance to make it a three-point play. The foul is called against number 24, Savannah McAfee. No baskets. Time had expired. Sorry, Emmy. That takes us to the end of the ball game. 68-25 is the final score.